All right, this is Jeffrey Harris reporting for the 411 Wrestling Interviews podcast. And for today's interview, I'm speaking with the one and only, the king of the big dog style, the eye poke god, the mouth of the Mid-South, the medium-sized man beast, lariats and light beers, the macho mancer, weighing 187 pounds out of Bucksnort, Tennessee. He is the Southern Psycho, Mance Warner. Mance, how you doing
amazing.
Today?
That was amazing. See, you hit the high spots for me. Oh, Master, I ain't even got to say nothing now. You already got it in there. I ain't got to say nothing.
I know, man. I saw the intro and I'm like, man, this guy he knows what he wants, and we got to get this started right. So, Mance, MLW has brought you to the national TV stage.
Yes,
how are you liking your run in MLW so far?
Oh, loving it. Before you get to that, I got to correct you, though. You said 186. I did weigh 186 at one point. I'm 217 now. I've gained some weight. I got to update that on Twitter.
Okay.
I'm lazy sometimes. I know if I got to go in there and edit just that one thing, and I forget every damn day. But at some point, I will update that on there.
So you've gone up from light heavyweight. Now you're a pure heavyweight. Great.
Yes, sir.
All right.
More light beers.
Exactly. So great. I mean, we've got you on national TV on beIN Sports now. How do you like being a part of the MLW roster?
Oh man, I love it. There's so many guys out there. I mean, you could just run through the whole roster out there, and there's a lot of dream matches, a lot of dream fights. Old Mancer, I don't do matches. I do fights. I get in there and I just throw headbutts and eye pokes and kicks and punches and headbutts and all that. So, I mean, so far, I've main evented with LA Park out there. We sold that sumbitch out. Me and Jimmy Havoc got the last one. I know all the ratings out there. It ain't all about ratings and all that shit, man, but I know we broke some with me and Havoc out there in the barbed wire match. And they ain't had a barbed wire match since Carino and Terry Funk, so, that's an honor right there.
Now, speaking of fights in MLW, it looks like Dynasty is trying to start something up with you. Are their mouths writing checks that their butts can't cash?
Exactly, man. I mean, you put it right there exactly. There are a bunch of rich boys out there that used to get whatever they want. They run around, say whatever they want. People are too afraid sometimes to say anything back to them. They let them get away with stuff. Oh, Master, I don't play like that, man. You say something to me, you step to me a certain way, you disrespect Old Master, I'm going to put my boot up the side of your head, and that's the way it's going to be.
Have they started a war with you, and are you going to have to just, draw a line in the sand, cross over it, and just start a fight?
Yes. Oh, man, I'm a simple man. I don't start no shit that I can't finish. So when they come to me and they start flapping their gums and talking trash and like you said, somebody start, no mess are going to finish it, So we'll see what happens with them boys out there.
Do you want Alex Hammerstone? Do you want that MLW Openweight title? Is that the
I want that
target?
gold, baby. I want to hit that pay window. He's got gold. Old Master wants it.
All right, so it looks like 2020 could be the year we see you win your first MLW title.
Yes, sir. I'm going to hit that pay window. And if any of them boys get involved, I'm going to lay them out too.
Now, I'm just curious, what is your current status with MLW? Are you signed to them? Do you have a contract with them? What's the deal?
Yeah, Old Mancer's out there. I show up. I either get on a flight and get out to the show, or I get in my beautiful truck, my Silverado, and I ride down there and I show up and I beat the hell out of people.
Yeah, I think it's good for wrestling fans because I think we're getting like a good variety of content out there these days. We have good streaming content out there. GCW, who you've worked with, they're doing a lot of shows. MLW's running shows, and we have options. If you're not a big fan of the Big Show in WWE, we've got more talent. We've got more talent, more content out there than ever between the internet. Between cable, I think there's a lot of variety. But what do you think? Just the fans getting to see all these different talent out there right now.
Man, it's like a buffet, man. I mean, there's so many companies, so many different ways to watch stuff. I mean, you can jump on YouTube, you can get on Fight TV, you can get on IWTV. There's so many streaming sites that have so much different content on there. Back in the day, you had to get VHS or a DVD. You had to go down to the store, whatever store there was, mom and pop shop, whatever it was, and go down there and you just had some ECW, some WCW, some WWF. Maybe your place had an FMW tape here or there. You got to get on the internet and try to bootleg stuff. Nowadays, it's all right there, man. If you don't like something that's on Monday night, you can watch something else.
Now, you're a fighter. I mean, you're a brawler, but I believe you are an artist and a storyteller in your own way. But sometimes I think your kind of genre and your style can be a little misunderstood. Why is it tough for people to sometimes accept sort of the more hardcore, rougher edge, that a guy like you brings to the table?
I think it's kind of a double-edged sword. You got people that are set in their ways, and to them, it's you paint a picture one way and that's it. You got other people there's some people that only want to see deathmatch wrestling. Some people want to see old school wrestling. Some people don't. They want to see comedy stuff. Oldmaster does a little bit of everything. That's always been my thing. I can do a little bit of everything. Sometimes if I'm just doing a straight up wrestling, just out there fighting, people get mad. They want to see a death match. Sometimes people, if I do a comedy thing, they get pissed off that I'm doing a comedy thing. Can't make everybody happy. I understand that. I ain't going to give no one no hell on their opinion on whatever they think about this or that. It is what it is. I think people just get set in their ways. You can't change nobody. They're going to think what they want to think.
I think you said something interesting once where, like, the guys who know how to have a death match are good wrestlers and they know how to wrestle. And I think, going back years and years, look at a Terry Funk or look at Mick Foley. Those guys could go in the ring and they weren't just like, they were great brawlers, but they could wrestle too. And I feel like you're definitely in that category because I've seen you've had some very epic contests. So, I mean, I think that's a very interesting observation you once made. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody knows Oldmaster loves Terry Funk. I love Ric Flair. I love Arn Anderson. I love Tully Blanchard, Barry Windham. I can go on and on about all the old school guys that I love. People kind of get, like I said, set in their ways, and they want to see what they want to see. Oldmasters went out, and I've had, a 60-minute straight-up wrestling match with Michael Elgin. And then people don't see that because they want to see a death match. Or, there's some people that love a bit of everything. I think if you're going to be the best in pro wrestling, you got to do everything. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. If you want to be the best, you got to do a little bit of everything.
Is wrestling and what you do, is this a calling for you? Is this like, do you feel like, this is what you were put on this planet to do?
Oh, exactly, man. Damn straight. Because there's a connection with the fans that are spending their money that they don't have to spend. People forget that. People think that the fans shouldn't have no opinion on nothing. If they ain't been in the ring and they ain't take a bump, they can't say shit. I disagree. They're spending their money that they've worked for all week long to come out and see a wrestling fight, So they can scream and yell and they can throw their opinion out there. Now, there's some things that if they say, they will get their ass handed to them by the boys and girls that do this. But, have your opinion, come out, spend money, come enjoy the show. Oldmaster is always going to lay it out there for you. I ain't going to phone it in. You're going to see something every single time. It's all about that connection. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be going crazy, brother.
Now, one thing I can also tell about you have a very unique connection with the crowd and the fans. And I feel like when you're out there, you feed off of the love from the fans and the reactions, and you work not only that, I feel like you work off the reactions from the fans very well. And I think this is a crucial aspect of doing what you do. What is the key to sort of finding that and creating that connection with the fans, but also, working off of their reactions as well?
Okay, it's all. I think it just comes with it's a thing. It's just a thing. Either it's there or it ain't there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I could go out and I'm not a guy that's going to do a million moves. You ain't going to see me do a moonsault off the top. I ain't going to dive to the floor. I ain't going to do none of that. I'm going to go out and I'm going to fight. I'm going to hit some high impactful moves, and I'm going to fight somebody. And when the crowd's into it, they're always into it. I can't think of many fights that I have where the crowd's just sitting there waiting for the next thing. When they're giving their energy, I'm taking that in, and I can run through a wall. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing, brother. I mean,
how was it for you getting to wrestle Jerry Lawler one-on-one at Two Cup Stuff for GameChanger Wrestling? Did you feel like you ticked off something on the bucket list there with good old Jerry Lawler, the King?
Oh, yeah. That was crazy. At one point, I remember standing in that ring and turning and looking at the crowd, and it was like a wave. People were just going nuts, and we ain't even done nothing yet. And then Jerry gets on there and starts cutting his promo, and it was classic, man. It was like old ECW.
It's crazy that I can't.
Jerry Lawler ain't a heel, you know, too much nowadays. He even said that when he got there. You know, he was like, "Well, brother, I'm usually babyface," and I had to explain to him. I was like, "Out here at GCW," I said, "You see that guy over there?" I pointed at Nick Gage. I said, "He's the man." So he's the guy, and then if it's you and him, he's the king, and it's you and me, king, and they're gonna boo you. And then once we got out there and it clicked with him, and I think he was like, oh, okay, I see how it works out here. But yeah, it was awesome.
I think that's pretty amazing for Jerry Lawler to still doing what he's doing at his age, but he doesn't look like a man of his age when he's out there in the ring. Does that impress you?
Oh, what impressed me is we went out there and just told a story, man. That's why I love old school wrestling. It's not all about we're going to hit 15 different moves and then no selling this and that and this and that. You go out there and tell a story, and that's what we did. I mean, at one point, Jerry Lawler whipped me into the crowd, picked up a beer bottle, and swung it at my head. You know, we weren't back there writing that shit down. That's just you out there going at it. And then there's glass in the ring, and when you watch that match back, you know, if you watch it again, pay attention. There's glass all over that ring, and Jerry Lawler's bumping in that shit.
Now,
so technically, Jerry Lawler is a deathmatch wrestler, right? There's glass in there.
Now, I'm also curious. Now, you just mentioned you are a storyteller, so I guess I think there's a preconceived notion that guys who have hardcore death matches or have those kind of brawls can't be a storyteller, but I definitely believe that's the case when you're out there. What's the difference between telling a story and just doing moves?
Well, I mean, if you turn on any wrestler from the 80s, early 90s, you know, you could pick anything and sit there and watch it. Telling a story is a simple thing. You go out there and you tell that damn story, whatever that story's going to be. You're going to cut the ring off in a tag match. You're going to work somebody's leg. I'm going to just beat the shit out of somebody until that crowd, you know, is losing their mind on their chair for that some bitch to get up and whoop my ass. People forget that nowadays. A lot of people just think about doing moves or how to get to this or that, and they forget all that in between stuff.
Now, it sounds like you've also been a fan and studied wrestling for a long time. Like, have you always watched wrestling? Have you always been a fan?
Oh yeah, brother. I've been watching this shit since I was probably 2 years old.
So I mean, you know, you mentioned guys like Ric Flair, Terry Funk, Arn Anderson. Were those the guys that really drew your inspiration back when you were young?
Oh yeah, Dusty Rhodes. You know, because back in the day, you turn on NWA, WCW, you know, even WWF, and it'd be promos. You wouldn't see a lot of big matches on TV, but you'd see those promos, and then you would go, "Damn, you know, I got to see where's this going to go." And if somebody can talk and tell a story right there, you ain't even got to do nothing. You know what I mean? So watching all those old school guys, Terry Funk, that's why I'm always saying nowadays you get on YouTube and you can spend, if you don't want to watch Monday night, you can get on YouTube and spend 3 hours watching promos that will make your head explode.
I think what's great about what you bring to the table, Mance, is what you do. It feels like you. It feels like you're doing what you should be doing. And
yes,
it feels like you've brought all of your own little flourishes, all just sort of feel like they've come naturally. And just, you know, besides the bandana, I think, you know, the jacket you have. You always have those impeccable, really great, you know, those kind of warm-up satin jackets. Can you talk about just adding, you know, just sort of like accoutrement to kind of just round things out?
Oh, it's just, you know, it is who I am, man. You know, a lot of people at first are like, what the hell's that jacket for? And then you start seeing them in the crowd. And people have the same jackets. They want me to autograph it. Or, I've had people offer me all kinds of money for this jacket or that jacket. And I'm like, I don't want to get rid of these, man. These are, I got jackets hanging up that I ain't worn in a little bit, but it's still, at some point they're going to be sitting on a wall somewhere while I'm old as hell drinking beers in front of them.
Do you have a jacket guy? Do you make your own jackets? I'm just curious where you get them.
Yeah, I get them made from Japan by a guy named David Lopan.
Oh wow, that's pretty amazing. So you keep all of them.
If people get that reference, they'll love that. If they don't get it, they'll be looking up, well, who the hell's David Lopan?
David, that's the character from Big Trouble in Little China, right?
It could be, man. I don't know. It could be.
It's one of the best movies of all time. Jack Burton. Good old Jack Burton.
Classic.
Okay, now let's say you're gonna get stuck on a deserted island, and you can only bring one case of beers with you. What's gonna be in that case of beer?
Oh, I'm simple, man. I'm gonna get Natural Light because it's cheap. A lot of people give me crap, and they'll say, "Well, you drink that's horrible beer." I'm a cheapskate, man. I go to Dollar General, I go to Aldi, I go to the liquor store down the road, and they know I get the cheap stuff. And it's it is who I am, man. I can't change it. I've had people try to give me fancy beers or say, "Oh, try this," or "Look, I'm gonna bring you down here and let you try this." I am what I am, man. I'm set in my ways.
Okay, so that explains the whole light beer thing, and that's just sort of another thing that sounds great for the Mance Warner experience. Now, I remember reading once you were scheduled to face Orange Cassidy once. Did that match ever happen?
No, still ain't happened yet. Because what happened is I was out for a little bit of time. I was out for about a month, so didn't get to do that matchup. I was trying to do that matchup, but couldn't get it. Well, actually, I was just going to try to show up, and I was like, well, what if I just come out in a wheelchair, and then we still do the match, and, they weren't going to let that fly.
Do you think Orange Cassidy might be scared of you?
I think he is. I think he's a chicken shit. So we get that match booked up. I'll peel them glasses off and poke him in his eyeballs. I gotta
be honest. If that match would happen like WrestleMania week, like I think I'm interested in that match more than any match that happens at WrestleMania or anything else that week.
Oh, we'd sell out. There'd be 8 billion people in the crowd out there.
Well, I mean, here's hoping that match could still happen at some point down the line. Or do you think it'll just be like one of those mythic dream matches like that we always hope we're going to see, but maybe never gets fulfilled?
I don't know, man. Nowadays, I think if we promote it enough and then we just keep backing out over and over, and then what happens is eventually we both get a huge payday, and then the fans get the match, but we'll wait like 10 years till we finally do it.
What about you and Nick Gage? Have you wrestled Nick Gage yet in your career?
Oh, multiple times, man. We always tear it up. Oh, we almost cause riots every time we fight. We go all over the building, break a whole bunch of doors, tubes, glass, thumbtacks, punch each other in the face.
What do you think about that? Do you think he's like a rival that can match your intensity? Do you have some rivals you really respect for your career?
He's the man. Nick Gage is the fucking man. He's one of the guys that he could take a whole locker room and give a speech, and every single person in that place will be paying attention. Nobody's on their phone. Nobody's looking around. Everybody's looking at the king, and we're paying attention, and then we will run through a damn wall.
Now, are you going to be working any matches at sort of the WrestleCon or sort of the WrestleMania week shows coming up in April? Will you be down in Tampa, Florida?
Oh, God, I think I got 3 or 4 matches a day. I got to look at my calendar out there. I got an old school calendar I put on my fridge, so I write everything on that because a lot of bookers will hit me up and ask me about a date, and I'm on the road, and I got to wait till I get home and look at the fridge, man. But I'm pretty sure I think I got 3 or 4 a day out there, so it's all day long, man.
Now, do you like to watch other products or other wrestlings when you have time, or do you just live it so much that you don't really need to watch it as much?
Oh, I'm always watching it, man. If you're trying to make it in this business, you always watching everything. You know who's coming up, you know who's going, you know what's going on here and there. You watching old school stuff, new stuff.
Now, what do you think? Do you think AEW? Do you think their presence has sort of improved conditions? Just in terms of pay, and or in competition for the business overall. Is it good that they're around and kind of? Do you think they're raising the bar for everyone?
Oh, it's that simple thing. You look back to the 90s, man, or to the 80s. When there's more companies, there's more jobs, there's more people busy, there's more fans. People are watching more product, It's a win-win for everybody. Whenever there's more places to go and, play at, there's more, money to be made, there's more fans. It's awesome. It's a win-win.
Have you ever gotten the chance to work in Japan yet? Is Japan somewhere you want to head over and work?
Oh, that's a dream place for Old Mansour. I would love to go out there. I know MLW is doing some stuff. They got some going back and forth over there. I know GCW is. So hopefully, at some point, Old Mansour is over there.
You need to get you over there. You need to go to Ribera Steakhouse. You need to get one of the, and then you could get like a new Ribera jacket.
Damn straight, man. Get one of them. I'll be taking pictures of that all over town.
You could add that to the jacket collection. You could probably do some cool stuff with that. I'll
sleep in that damn thing.
Fantastic. What's your next match or your next show you have coming up?
I know this coming weekend. I got to look at it here. I think on Thursday I'm going out to New York, and it's going to be Mansour and Old Swoggle out there in a hardcore match. Anything goes down there. That's going to be wild. And then I come back on Friday. I believe I'm out at AAW out in Chicago. And then on Saturday, I'm out at Cleveland for AIW.
Okay.
Now, at AAW, I got the gold, baby, so I got to be out there, whooping ass and drinking lap beers.
Do you remember what was your first barbed wire match? Can you take us back to that?
First barbed wire match? God, I got to think. The most recent one. I've only done a couple Now, we talking the whole ring is wrapped in barbed wire?
Like a barbed wire ring, just like,
Oh, that's just Jimmy Havoc. That's the only one. There ain't many times that they wrap the entire ring. Now, there's times where companies will wrap the ropes in barbed wire. Maybe they have a barbed wire door or a chair or something, or some barbed wire on a cage, something like that. I've been in Cage of Death in Combat Zone, but the entire ring wrapped in barbed wire was me and Jimmy Havoc in MLW.
Now, I mean, what is sort of is there sort of a reaction you have to train yourself to deal with when you're dealing with actual barbed wire, and it's probably going to cut you, and it's probably going to get in there and dig in?
Well, for me, I'm kind of crazy. People will tell you that after they know me and they've been around me. Before when I'm pacing around backstage before the fight, I'm in another zone. I'm a weirdo, man. When I get out there and get in that match, I know barbed wire is going to cut me. I've had fans ask me, "Oh, that's fake, though, right? That's like fake barbed wire." And I'll go up and say, "Go touch it, man. Right there. Zoom in on some of these pictures right there, man. That's legit barbed wire, and it goes in your skin, gets in your head. The shit's going to hurt." There ain't no way to prepare for it. You just kind of got to be a certain type of person to know that's coming and be okay with what's coming.
Now, since you are from Tennessee, do you like some good Southern barbecue? Do you like Tennessee barbecue?
Oh, anytime we go somewhere, we're flying around. Every week we're going to a different place. I always want barbecue, or I want to go get some chicken. It don't matter what kind of chicken. You get some barbecue chicken, some chicken wings. Wherever we go, and I want that. That's what I want after a show. Now, I want to get a couple beers, get that, and then get to bed.
But you won't say Texas barbecue has better barbecue than Tennessee, right?
Man, it's hard to even pick what's, because there's sometimes you go to a place and you'll be in Texas or even in Tennessee or, wherever the hell you at, and in that town they'll say, "This is the best place, man." And you'll go there and eat, and to me it's all amazing. If I'm getting paid money to go to other states and get food, I cannot complain, man.
Okay, so you're not. Doesn't sound like you're too picky.
No, not at all.
Whatever works.
If not, I'll be sitting at home eating ramen with tuna fish in it or something. Anyways, making a slam. So.
Oh, and Jimmy Havoc, I think he's another really great talent. How did you like getting to work with him?
Oh, if you could get in the ring with Old Mansour, and throw with me, and you ain't gonna bitch or moan, and you're out there and we just going to, we going to work, I respect you.
Awesome. And last question, Mancer, if there's anything you want to plug, anything where you want to share, fans can find you, anything you have coming up, I just wanted to give you time to go ahead and plug that, and we'll let you get out of here.
Oh yeah, jump on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Facebook, I'm always backed up on accepting friends and all that stuff on there. It's hard to keep track of that. But just type in Mance Warner, go to Instagram, Twitter, probably the ones I'm on the most. I'm always sharing what shows I'm going to be on and what's coming up and what events. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com, put in Mance Warner. I got all kinds of T-shirts on there. I got koozies on there. At the live events, I'm always selling all kinds of shit. Come on down there, talk to me, take a picture. I ain't going to charge you for taking a picture. I'm just trying to stay busy every week, brother.
I think we need to rebrand it as Facebook, Mance. What do you think about that?
Oh, man, yeah, old Facebook. I'm always,
It sounds like
there's always something on there.
That sounds like it could be a fun Mance Warner shirt. Just call it Mance Warner with Facebook. There you go. Get it on Pro Wrestling Tees. Mance Warner, this has been fantastic. I really thank you for your time, and I thanks for all you do, and thanks for what the great performances you put on for the fans, and looking forward to what you do next in MLW, and looking forward to what's going to be happening with you in the Dynasty. I think it's going to be really intense, man.
Oh, I tell you, I'm gonna whoop their ass. That's fine. That's just what's gonna happen. But I appreciate it, man. Thank you to the fans out there. Without them, I say this all the time, and I mean it. Without them, we ain't shit. We just out there rolling around in front of nobody. So, thank you to the fans again. Thank you for having me on here, man. I appreciate it very much.
All right, thank you. You've been listening to Mance Warner, the Southern Psycho, on the 411 Wrestling Interviews podcast. Thank you, everybody.